visual. I see it all.
All right, let's get this space started. So let's share the room. Let's get this started. This is a IC Web 3 production with Bullish Bish and our lovely sponsor eBots. And yeah, we're going to be doing a quick rundown with eBots, and we're going to be talking about red flags in projects, not his, obviously. We're going to compare what is a good project, things to look for, and those red flags. And again, this is for everybody. I don't know if you can share your stories on good experiences, bad experiences, being rugged. These red flags are very important to talk about. And you know what? I actually heard some interesting alpha today on certain red flags, and you're allowed to ask questions. So, hey Kai, what's good? We got NFT Las Vegas in here. Thank you for coming in. Let me know if you want to speak. Anybody who wants to come up and speak, just send up a request. We'll have you come up. Yeah, so eBots, what's good?
Yeah, not too much. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. And no, I think this could be a great conversation. I'm excited to kind of dive more in depth on some of the things to watch out for in the space and, what some, as you say, red flags are.
Yeah, definitely. So let's we'll wait for the room to fill up a little bit more to talk about your project. Yet these red flags are very important to talk about. So the new red flags, I think most of us know, but I'll review it. Don't click on any links that come into your unrequested friend DMs. Even still, be cautious of the DMs that your friends are sending you. Always try to go through the original links on spaces on the websites versus clicking on links that are sent to you. And I've heard of a horror story that some people would build up that ally hashtag friendship with you and then send you the bad link. So these are things to be cautious of, and we do it too easily. Oh, we're trustworthy. Oh, like me being Canadian, we trust everybody until we don't trust you, type of thing. We're too friendly, too nice. Yeah, exactly. Ebot agrees. So these are the things that we have to and should be spreading caution about. And I think it's important that we acknowledge what some of the red flags are. And same thing, if you go onto a website and has no roadmap, ask the people. Like if there's an AMA, you have every right to ask why. And then if they say, oh well, it's going to change so much, we haven't created a roadmap yet. Okay, so what, you can't tell me the first 2 or 3 steps on where you want to take your project? If they're not treating it like a business, then you should definitely, that's a red flag. That you should lead with caution. Be prepared to, it's like gambling with your money then. Like you most likely will lose. You're not going to, so those are small little cautionary things that I would probably advise. And I heard this one as well. Here's a secret. It's a secret mint. Like, come on. What mint is the secret? If you're minting it, it should be public. It should be like, yeah, I'm telling everybody in the whole wide world that I'm minting. I want to sell my project out. Not whisper in your ear, hey, I've got a special mint for you. No. Red flag.
Yeah, most definitely. I think one thing you said too that was really important to kind of highlight is the asking the questions. So hopping in AMAs, hopping in Discord channels, talking to the founders, and really just trying to ask those questions because I'm sure sometimes people may have answers to them, but I find with any project I've been rugged in before, I've seen a very common trend of people asking these questions and then the type of responses you get from the founders maybe being more standoffish, or just if you're asking a question you instantly get called a fudder. I think certain things like that really do show what's kind of happening behind the scenes, right? Because they're unable to answer those simple questions or at least give you a respectable, legitimate answer. I think those are one of the things, in my opinion, that's the biggest red flag is, how the founders address the community, right? If they're very, standoffish, if they're talking down to the community, I think those are big things that I see all the time that really rubbed me the wrong way. And, you know, I've had experience in the past with certain communities where, you know, those things happen, and it's really terrible to see that some founders out there and some people are, you know, obviously doing this just to take money from a community that they form. But, you know, I find that, as you said, asking those questions is really important, hopping in spaces and, you know, just trying to be open with the founders so that they can be open back to you. And if they're unable to do that, I think that's one of the things that like really sticks out in my mind as one of the biggest red flags.
I think also the hard sell, like, oh, hurry up, gotta do it now. No, there's no time. It's ending soon. Let's go. Like that the time is ticking down. Listen, if it wasn't meant to be, this is my opinion, it wasn't meant to be. Like there are going to be other projects. I say slow on the FOMO. Don't FOMO too fast because you're not thinking straight. Like it really, if you really have a FOMO problem, there's help for that. No, I'm just kidding. But all round, like ask somebody for a second opinion. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, can you check this out for me? Am I missing anything? Ask for advice. There's nothing wrong with getting a second set of eyes on a project. And I think also anybody who is running a project like ebots and little boners that I met earlier on today in the spaces, um, these are the things that like you also have to fight against, is trying to validate and prove that you're not a rug, that you're not throwing up red flags as well. And I think this is also important to have that feedback from creators of projects, co-founders, etc., etc.
Yeah, most definitely. I think, you know, as running a project nowadays, I'm sure it would have been different a couple months ago, but I found nowadays is everybody's very cautious now. I think we've seen the NFT market really start to mature. We've seen the communities, the spaces really start to mature into what they're putting their money into, which is amazing to see. I think the space really does need that. But I find as a creator, there's always that extra step you need to take to prove to your community and prove to what you're building that, you know, this is legit. Like this is, we're here to actually build and we're here to actually innovate in the space, and we're not just here for, you know, a quick cash grab. Because I think a lot of projects in the past have been able to get away with it because of, you know, just the way the space was at the time. But nowadays it's, you know, you really have to go that extra mile almost just to make sure you can build that trust in your community. Because I mean, I'm the same way, right? I am a project owner, but I also do mint projects myself, and I'm the same way. I'm looking for that transparency. I'm looking for that, you know, are they going this extra mile to really prove to me that they can be trusted with my money and that they're gonna build towards it. I mean, some projects too, they come out and they say, oh, we don't have too much of a roadmap. We're just, you know, we're just creating an NFT project, which is, if that's what you're saying, that's what you're doing, that's amazing. But you know, there's always that extra little step that you do need to take nowadays to really make sure that you're fully, you know, explaining your priorities, being transparent with your goals, being transparent with where you see the company in like 5-10 years. And those are the little things that you could do, but do really go a long way on just explaining to the community that, you know, we're not doing what some of these other projects got caught doing. And it just takes that one little extra step. I think that's very, very important, especially in the current climate of the NFT space, to do recently.
Yeah, most definitely. So I just want to thank everybody for coming in. I see some llamas in here. Thank you, thank you. Donald's here. We got, I'm gonna say this, hold on, Rax. We've got a few other faces that I'm familiar with, Donald, and some that I'm not. So welcome to the space. Don't mind me, I'm really struggling. My glasses are not on and I'm at home, so I don't usually wear them. So organic, hold on, organic and Hispanic. Buenos dias. Buenos noches, I should say. My Spanish is very terrible, so this might be half comedy. I really do try, but my Espanol is mucho, mucho poquito. um, and thank you. I just met C. Font. How do you pronounce that? Okay, I'm going to bring you up because you were speaking earlier in the spaces. And I want to say that it's important that when people come into spaces and you meet other people in spaces and they come into your space, I want to say a greater appreciation. And it was in a more of a female, safer, well, not safer, but like a platform for women space, and I think it was very interesting in the sense, and we also spoke about different projects and some being rugs, and if anybody had been rugged by a female project, and some people actually tripped up on that. So that was interesting. I'm going to bring a couple more people up. So yeah, if anybody wants to talk, just put up your hand, and we'll get your questions answered. Or please share your rugs with us or your red flags. One was we spoke about today. I heard again in another space is count the money. So if the money doesn't add up to what they're saying, so give you an example: 25%. We're gonna plant trees, and it's about $100 a tree, and the trees are not adding up to the 25% times whatever the NFT cost is. That's already a red flag. If the math is not adding up, that should be an indicator of why not, where's the money, like how are you getting this out of this? Unless money does grow on trees, then they can definitely plant those trees. But yeah, those are certain things. So Cloud has her hand up. What's up?
Oh, not much. I just heard you talking about rugs, and I saw Donald was in the room. And if you haven't heard his song,
yes, don't worry.
his song is amazing. But hello, Bullish. What's up, everybody?
If you don't know Donald, you will know him this evening for sure. Donald is an icon. I will classify you legend icon. Definitely.
It's definitely always joy for me when I see him in the spaces. He definitely brings a lot of humor and a lot of creativity, and he's very talented at what he does. But yeah, I'm glad I made it in here a little bit late, but I'm glad I made it in here. I hope everybody's having a good Tuesday.
So what's your red flag tip? What's a red flag for you in a project?
A red flag for me is when things are too hush, like they want you to be on the inside scoop. You gotta get now. They're pressuring you to do it now, enticing that FOMO. I actually did a marketing presentation, and I sold it to some guy. I copied a bunch of stuff and learned how to entice FOMO and how to use that to your advantage. And this is a big thing in marketing, is how to trigger emotional reaction from the target audience. And that's what a lot of these projects do. And it's all the power to them to an extent. Like, yeah, that's their marketing strategy, but you got to be researched enough to know that that's what their goal is to make you feel emotional. They're trying to make you act on emotion and not on logic. So slowing yourself down and maybe asking a little bit more questions, asking a few other people what their perspective is, someone who may not have that same FOMO that you're experiencing. Because I've definitely acted on FOMO too many times, and that's when I created that presentation on how to use it as a marketing strategy. But yeah, just really understand the power behind emotions and how people react when they are experiencing these emotions. Because if someone's telling you you're going to miss out on something, they might just be trying to take your money, because there's so many projects here. If the community's like trying to watch out for you and educate you on FOMO, that's a green flag. That's okay, this is a good project. But if they're telling you like you're going to miss out, there's no other opportunity, then you know what? They might just be trying to fill their bags.
Buy now.
Yeah, they might just be trying to fill their bags.
For sure. Yeah, that's definitely a red flag. Good tip right there. So I want to welcome everybody again to the space. Sorry, go ahead, Ebot.
No, it's all right. I was just going to say, hey, how's it going, Cloud9? Thanks for coming up, man. And I did just want to comment on one thing you said real quick. So it was, the FOMO is a hell of a drug, right? The FOMO is that feeling, that, that emotion that you get inside that really, brings you to, mint projects sometimes, and I've experienced it too, man. One of the things I found too is sometimes a little thing I found that happens is sometimes people will hire people in their servers, in their communities, just to show activity and show engagement, so that when you come into these communities, you're like, oh my gosh, like, look, it's popping, like, I need a mint now, like, it's so exciting. And it turns out these people are just paid people who are paid to be there. And the only reason I know this is because I was offered by someone, like an individual, who was like, oh, I have this group of people, like, we charge this much, and we'll keep your chats active. We'll, like, we'll get people in, we'll get people on board, we'll get people thinking that they're missing out. And obviously I declined it because, the only type of engagement I want is organic engagement. But it was so crazy to me to think that, like, some of these projects that maybe got rugged in the past, that might have been the case, right? Where these, super active communities, these communities you want to be a part of, the ones you FOMO into, could have been fabricated. And it's one of those, like, marketing plans that a lot of projects are taking nowadays to just try to get that FOMO, try to get that emotion out of it. So I'm really glad you said that, because that emotion that's attached to purchasing a lot of the times is so intertwined in this NFT space over any other market I've been a part of, that it's crazy, man. It's one of those things that just, it takes you, like, it's almost like a blackout. You just black out. Next thing you know, you drop, 0.1 ETH on something, and it turns out to be a rug.
Yeah, so I'm not going to share the project or anything, but there was a different community that when I was trying to find my way in the space, I created a presentation. It was like 10 steps that you could follow, 10 questions you would answer, and it would entice FOMO. And they paid me $400 to teach this to their marketing team and teach this to their Discord, and that was their strategy to entice people. And it's a part of marketing that has been around for days and, like, for all the time. Like, that's literally what marketing is making people have emotional ties to it. And I ended up doing this presentation, just from learning the experience. I watched a couple presentations on YouTube and I put together a quick presentation. I was surprised that I was able to get $400 on something that I had such little knowledge on. But that's something that, like, people are trying to do, and they're willing to, like, invest in it and pay people to do it and pay people to teach them how to do it. And that's what their goal is to get people emotional. And it doesn't always have to be a bad thing. Like, it can be emotional good, and they're gonna live up to their expectations and live up to their roadmap, and this is just part of their marketing. But when they don't have the backing, or you can look at the blockchain and you can see, okay, they're not doing what they're saying they're doing, and they're just paying these people to mint out, that's where it's a little bit of a red flag. Because there's nothing wrong with a project going along with that FOMO. That's part of marketing. That is literally what every advertisement you have ever watched, like, oh, look at this is what you need to have this life, or this is what you need to have good breath, or this is what you need to have positive relationships, and you're going to miss out if you don't have our product. And that's the way of the market. But if these people are using that to their advantage and not providing any of the other stuff that they say they're following up with, and they're just taking advantage of your emotions and then doing nothing with it, that's where the red flags become.
Yeah, there's been a lot of red flags.
Astroturfing is a major red flag. So if you're doing things like bringing in fake engagement, you're pumping up your numbers, you're feeding algorithms, like, in a way that's irrelevant to what it is that you're doing, or even the market you're going after, that's usually a really huge red flag for me. And then, where did the minter's money come from is such an easy thing to go look at, because frankly, that's where you find just most of the bullshit. And folks aren't that smart about it when it comes down to it. When you see that there's a wallet that's funding 20, 30 new buyers, red fucking flag. And big ass VC funded companies do this stuff, and big projects do this stuff. Red flag. It's fucking inorganic. It's creating a bullshit market bubble that will eventually pop in the faces of the folks that least expect it. So be very, very careful with that stuff.
That's a cool tool. I definitely have to start using that, is looking at the buyers and the minters' wallets and where the money came from. Because I'm always looking at where the money goes. But that's the first time I'm hearing that, and it's definitely some alpha that I'm going to be using. I appreciate you coming up and sharing that.
CFO NFT had a question. Come on up and speak, please.
Hey, thanks, Bullish, for having me on here. We were on a space earlier together, and she invited me on here, so thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Kind of just going off of what we were talking about, engagement and activity on, social media platforms. That's a little bit tricky because, yes, of course, some projects need to, hire virtual assistants to kind of maintain a little bit of a balance when it comes to like overactivity on accounts, and if you're starting to get popular, like that is something that I do see happening more often. But I think another really good thing to watch out for is like, what kind of activity are they doing? Like, are they engaging with the community? Are they answering questions? Are they active and proactive on their Discord? And also, I gave this advice a little bit earlier on a different space, but checking, how their first drops were, like checking the drop history and seeing like, okay, are they consistent with, making drops? Are they doing like more projects? Are they fulfilling what their drops prior, had suggested or was promised to buyers? Like that's something that I look for a lot, is consistency and history when it comes to artists and what they're promising their customers. Like that is something of value. Credibility is something that I think we are just now kind of filtering out in the space, and that's kind of how we're getting rid of people that are coming in like celebrities that are just trying to make a quick buck, where now there's history with it now that we can look into.
Yeah, definitely. That is definitely find out where the money's going, the paper trail. Like now that everything is so in your face and trackable, it's at least you can cross-reference what these people are saying. Because if you can't put the puzzle pieces together and it's not making that picture, then you're like, what's the missing piece? Ask those questions: the why, the where, how are you planning on doing this if this is missing? So these are definitely red flags to look for.
Yeah, and also engage in the community or the project that you're considering getting into and see what the people are saying. I mean, it's easy as, just Googling or going on the Discord and trying to find the channel and see what questions are being posed, or, like find tweets and see what the people are saying about projects, whether it's negative or positive. That really filters it out for me too.
Yeah, another thing that you can do is if people don't have the knowledge or the experience with like using Etherscan and checking all this stuff and doing the research themselves, communities, like you said, going and seeing what people are posting on the Twitter, see what people are saying in the Discord, are very useful, because there's a lot of caring people that really care about the success of everybody in the space, and they'll take the time to show it and teach you about how to follow it, or they'll send you in the right direction. Because at the end of the day, if somebody comes in, I'm always about onboarding people in a positive way, and I want their experience to be positive. Because if someone has a positive experience, they're going to stay in the industry. They're going to stay into NFTs. They're going to be buying more NFTs. They're going to be sharing it with their friends. But if someone gets rugged and they have a bad experience, then I feel like that's my job. I failed as a person to educate them, because now they're going to go and spread FUD and say, you know what, oh, this NFT market is a bad place. I got rugged. I lost my money. So I feel like it's all of our jobs to make sure we give these people the right information and teach them properly, because spreading that positive experience and making sure people experience a good time and they get into a project that they like, and their bags go up a little bit, or they just meet some cool people and they're not a part of a project that doesn't care about them, and they have a safe environment. It's important for the adoption and the growth of NFTs, and I feel like we're on a pretty good track with the communities that are being built. And yeah, everybody, you're in the right space. We all care about making sure that this stuff grows in a positive way.
If I could add to that, I think it's important to know your sources, right? Like, why wouldn't you be involved with your local NFT community? Why wouldn't you be involved with people that you see face to face, or that you would get on a plane to go visit? Like, why would you not start there? Because
That's where I
frankly,
started.
That's the empowerment.
I've
That's the
done that.
empowerment that this really gives us, is to truly connect, to reconnect with our folks here on the ground and get some real power behind our agency and our creativity and our providence.
My first NFT that I ever minted was a Toronto-based project. It was all about the 4 people that created it. We're all from Toronto. It had some Toronto in the artwork, and like it just really touched home for me, for being Canadian, being from Toronto. I was able to, like, these people live in my neighborhood. They live in my province. Like, I felt a lot safer, and that was the first project I ever minted. And yeah, finding these connections and stuff. Unfortunately, that community, they were learning themselves. So, but they haven't given up. They're still doing their work and doing their stuff, and they're kind of, failure is also a part of the way to success, right? Like, you see these communities that end up falling, and they never give up, and the communities are so strong, and they end up making it. It's because failure is part of your learning curve. It's part of success. If you never fell off your bike, you never probably rode a bike at the start without training wheels or whatever. Like I always say, there's 2 ways to learn a bike. Ride a bike. You can do it the safe way and the way with the training wheels, and there's someone by your side, and you're going really slow. And that way is coming. Like, that's with centralized stuff. That those, for people that learn that way, it will be coming. But that's with us being the parent leading them on their bike. And then the people that are the degens and the pioneers of the space, we're the ones that just found the biggest hill, and we just rode our bike down it. And yeah, we maybe wiped out a couple times on the way down, but by the end of it, we learned how to ride our bike. And those are the people we got to teach the new people how to ride their bike. Some people don't like to get scuffed up as much as we do, but that's okay. We're here to hold our hand out and help you through the process.
To pick the gravel out of your kneecaps.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Exactly. Kiss the boo-boo and pat you on the back and push you down the hill again.
Yeah, and make it fun. So I just want to welcome everybody. I see my weird family up in here. We have the laid back llamas in here. Yeah, this is a slight showcase. We have Dax, we have Pizza Eve, we have Kong's 1840, we have Glyph from Crypto Booze, we've got the Pod, we've got basically Popping Penguins, my little Filipino guy. We're tight. This is a great little project, I'm not even gonna lie. And we've got TK, we've got Green Mamba. Missing a couple of my weird people family, but that's all good. Yeah, just welcome to the space. If you're enjoying what you're hearing, please share. Definitely. Visual hasn't spoken yet, and then I'd like to hear about eBots, because while the room is still filling up, and eBots has definitely got some alpha for everybody in this room. So I highly recommend maybe invite a friend or two. And we're going to hear some NFT alpha, a big announcement that eBots has, and he's going to tell you a little bit of his project as well. And I have to say, I'm in love with the project. I'm into one already, but I can't wait, because this alpha that you're going to hear, I'm going to win into a whole lot more.
Yo, what's good, everybody?
What's good?
My people, I see a lot of my people in here. What's good? Just popping in, seeing what's up. I love what y'all are talking about. This is great. A couple things you guys said that really stood out to me was really about knowing who's behind the project and kind of knowing what's behind everything. I think I see a lot of people, they talk about being doxxed, right? I've been hearing about that since I came into the space, months ago. And I think, honestly, like, from my perspective, like, I think you 1000% need to be doxxed at some point. If you don't want to do it right away, I get it, you're not sure, whatever it may be. But I think as soon as you show your face, the pressure's on you. And when people see that the pressure's on you and you got what it takes to be out there with it, that's when it's real. That's when people respect it. I fought with that, being in NFT space and saying, like, man, I want to rock my profile pictures because there's so many dope projects that I rock with. But at the same time, I was like, man, I'm out here with the people all day, every day. Like, I don't really have nothing to prove. So I was fighting with both. Like, do I use my profile picture as who I am, or do I use my NFT? And I just decided at the end of the day, like, you know what? I'm gonna switch it out whenever I feel, because at the end of the day, people know I'm in real life events. I'm in your city. I'm in my city. I'm in everybody's city. I'm on my podcast. I'm on my LinkedIn, on my Twitter, on my Facebook, on my Instagram. You can find me. I'm not worried about anybody finding out who I am at all, ever. So that's the way I feel about it. I feel like the most comfortable I am is when I know who is behind the project, and I can see them, and I can see them sweating it out if they're sweating it out, because this is not easy. Because running an NFT project is like running a business, and if you run a business of any type, you know that there's a lot of pressure on you. And if I go to your store and you're hiding behind the register because you're afraid to talk to me, or you bring your employee to talk to me when I ask to talk to the manager or somebody who's in charge, and you're hiding behind there, I'm not going to trust your business. So that's really how I feel about that, you know, and it's something that to me is extremely important. And that's a major red flag. That's a major red flag. Like I said, some people don't feel comfortable with it, you know, with being out there like that, whatever it may be. But I don't know, man. I think it's 2022. It's like, if you don't have information where you could easily find somebody, then you're either lost or don't know what you're doing. And trust me, I could find all of y'all in this room. So if you guys don't believe that, man, y'all are tripping, not being doxxed. Y'all are heavily tripping. Every single person in this room. You have a cell phone. You have a cell phone. You can be found. Somebody is listening to something that you're saying, somebody's recording something that you're doing, and at some point, somehow, some way, you put something on the internet and it's there forever. So I don't understand people not wanting people to know who they are. It's kind of wild to me. So that's one of the biggest red flags. I just wanted to add that in there and say that that's a major thing to me. People got to know who you are.
If I could touch on that visual, I know you're rocking your face and stuff. I just brought myself up the Canadian crypto cow. This is actually a picture I drew of myself on my first NFT I ever made. I made it and I did the whole process so I could rock the little hexagon and be that kind of flex on everybody. But that's actually something that I looked like. I had 2 handlebar mustaches, 2 mohawks, and I usually rock that PFP of myself because I'm not afraid to come up here and be myself, because I feel like that's the best thing to do. But then I did want to get into the NFT stuff and learn a little bit more about it. So I had some fun, and that's when I started, bought a tablet, and I started doing some more art, because this process of making myself into an NFT was super fun. And if you click on it, you can see I was a complete degen with some of the traits. Like I said, it was the Canadian cow's evil twin, that he broke out of jail and all this stuff. And it was just fun, creative. You don't have a creative side. Like, I didn't think I had a creative side. And then doing this, I'm actually going to step down because this is making a lot of noise with myself. But I had both the noises coming in. But yeah, no, like you may, if you want to rock your own face, try do that as a own little project for yourself. Create your own NFT. I don't think it really cost anything for like the Lazy Mint to get it up there, and it's a one of one. There's no other pieces in the collection. I just made it for myself, and it was really fun process. And then I kind of got to express myself and put a little bit of me into my profile.
That's dope, man. That's dope. And I don't want to be misunderstood by anybody, you know, that hears me saying that. I don't mean like there's anything wrong with rocking your profile pictures, because trust me, it's dope. Like I rocked plenty of them the last few months, and I've even had a hard time figuring out which one I was gonna rock. And I was even having people vote on which one I was gonna rock for the week, because I couldn't figure it out myself, because I got so many projects that I love that I've collected. But I think at the end, what I'm really focusing on is, you know, we're talking about NFT projects, right? And red flags for those NFT projects. I really look at it like, if you're a founder or you're part of a project, like I need to know who you are. You know, that's really what I'm talking about. Mainly if you're part of a project, somehow, some way, whether it's your profile pic or not. Even if you have a link tree that sends me to somewhere where I can see who you are and know what you've done. Because to me, a big thing too is history. You know, I think somebody mentioned that. It might have been Josh. Somebody mentioned it for sure. No, or you know what? I'm sorry. With CFO, you were the one that mentioned knowing what people had done in the past, like what that project might have done in the past. And I think that's extremely important. You got to know what that project did, or what the person behind the project did, whatever it is. Like someone like myself, for example, I have no tech experience. I've never put out an NFT, none of that, right? But there's a lot of things you could find out about me. If you really want to know about me, you could 100% tell from anybody that knows me, or from anything you find out about me, that I am not a fraud behind anything that I do. And to me, that's extremely important, because my integrity means a lot to me and to everybody that I rock with and that rocks with me. So I think that's something that's extremely important. People need to find out what they could find out about you, and it needs to be easily done. If you are leading up a project that people are investing money into, investing time into, investing their energy into, and essentially even helping you promote, because that's what we all do is somebody that loves a project. I find myself promoting projects all the time that I'm not getting anything back in return besides the fact that I'm a holder and I'm excited about it and I'm talking about that project because I want everybody to know about it. So that's really what I meant. I think, yes.
Sorry, go ahead. I just found you on TMZ.
Hey,
Just kidding.
you found that? You see me with Ye?
That's
just
what
kidding.
he wants you to do, though.
She saw that fight with me and Ye over Kim. She found it. I'm telling
Yes,
you,
you are.
Pete is not the one to worry about. Pete is not the one to worry about. Pete Davidson he's not the one. It's me. It's me.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about, doxing and that those red flags as well, right? When you start Googling and you do your research, you'll find certain things. Obviously, visual is not on TMZ, but I thought that would be kind of funny. Weird sense of humor. Oh, okay, visual's laughing, so it's okay. But all in all, I want to thank you for all coming out. And we have eBots, the sponsor of our space today, and I would like an opportunity to give him to showcase his project and drop his alpha that he, well, I can say a little birdie, but it's actually him, dropped, or the robot actually told me what the deal is. I'm excited to hear this. I want you to tell everybody in this room what's going on.
Yeah, most definitely. Thank you so much, Bullish. And yeah, big thanks to everybody coming out. I see a lot of familiar faces. Great to see everybody. Thanks everyone for showing up. And yeah, I'll kind of get right into it. So for those of you who don't know about the project, I'll give a little, background on what we're all about, what we're doing. For those of you who do know about the project, just give me a quick little 2 minutes. Thank you so much for the time. So basically, the eBot Cyber Club is home to 5,233 fully animated NFT collectibles on the Ethereum blockchain. Before all that, though, my name is Owen. I'm a 21-year-old self-taught 3D artist out of Toronto, Canada, and I actually got in the Web3 space buying projects, as we're talking about right now, getting rugged all the time. And, so I was getting in, but over any rug I ever got, I was so excited to be part of the NFT space and just this new community that was being formed, which is how this all came to be because, one day I was sitting in bed, scrolling through Twitter, fingers burning. I'm like, man, what do I buy next? And I kind of realized, I'm like, man, a lot of the projects coming out nowadays at the time were, PFPs, there wasn't a lot of utility, and everything just started to feel the same. So I thought to myself, I'm like, man, I want to make something that if I'm on the other end of the smart contract, I could be excited about and I would want to be a part of. So the eBot Cyber Club is home to 5,233 fully animated, handmade one-of-one NFT collectibles. I did each one of these by hand. We have over 36 animations, 500 different traits. But the big thing for these eBots is we don't want to be doing what everybody else is doing. As I said, we're fully animated, but one step further, a lot of projects are PFPs. We understand that everybody already has an identity of self in the space. They already have that PFP that resembles them. So I was thinking to myself, I'm like, man, what's the next step for NFTs? And I kind of realized, I'm like, that's companionship. Everybody already has that PFP. So now everybody needs that companion that can go with their PFP. So each one of these eBots is meant to be an interactive digital companion. We really want to use this blockchain technology as a stepping stone to make interactive NFTs on the next level. So we want each one of these eBots to be a unique companion that can be right by your side as you traverse this new Web3 world. I won't go too far into the roadmap because I could be here all day talking about what we have, little plans, nooks and crannies on what we want to do to make that interactive ability happen. But the big overarching idea is that we're here to do something new, here to do something unique, and try to just approach NFT collections in a way that's not being done traditionally. So that's kind of like the overview on the project. That's what the eBot Cyber Club is all about. The alpha, though, why I'm here, why me and Bullish set this up. So we have a really fun event. So I don't know if everybody's celebrating. There is a big national holiday tomorrow, 420. Some people celebrate, some people don't. Overall, though, great day, just love and caring. So for this, we're doing a little Mint Mania 420 event where basically we're minting live for 0.05 Ethereum right now. But we understand that, gas prices in Ethereum's kind of high right now. So we're like, man, we want to make sure that if someone wants an eBot, they should be able to get their eBot with absolutely no barrier to entry. So for tomorrow and on the 21st, the 20th and 21st, we're minting for 0.01 Ethereum on gas efficient contracts, meaning that you can go on our website, pick up as many eBots as you want for just 0.01 Ethereum. It's about $30 US. Because we want to make sure these eBots can get out there. We want to make sure all these eBots find their new homes. We want to make sure that anybody who's interested in the project has their chance to come in. So just wanted to, thank you so much for the time. Let me explain that. I'm trying to put up our tweet right now, kind of our flash sale tweet.
You know what? The pinned tweets are not working today, Owen. And by the way, do you have an e-bot from Chicago in your collection?
I do have an e-bot from Chicago. Yes,
I think there
e-bots
might
are
be
all
a
over the
fight
world.
over that e-bot. Just saying, there's a couple people from Chi-Town. It's gonna
Give me
go
that.
down in
Give me
here.
that.
And oh, here we go. And then LA, we've got LA in the house, and we've got Las Vegas. Where else? Where else is everybody?
We got
from?
Toronto.
Like,
I'm Toronto
there's
as
gonna
well.
be- Awesome. So, well, yeah, and I
Ugh.
I would love a CN Tower. Yeah, no, but yeah, I'll take Vancouver if worst case scenario. Just kidding.
I'll
If
take
that's the
LA.
only. Oh, there we go. Yeah, chirp up, everybody. See, look at LA. So I think
Nah, it's already took. LA's already took.
We
Nah,
can share.
we fighting.
Oh, now we can say there was
Nah,
an official
fight.
fight in the room. It's going down. We're all fighting over each city. I love it. I love it. So, Owen, is there what traits do you have? Do you have LA in there by chance? And
Yeah, most definitely. So what I was trying to do with the backgrounds, want to make sure that each of these e-bots can really resemble you, right? So if you're from LA, want to make sure there's an e-bot from LA there. We have most countries. I think right now, background-wise, we got over 50 like locations from around the world. So odds are, if you're from any kind of major hub around the world, there will be an e-bot in that location, buzzing around, doing flips, whatever that animation might be. There will be an e-bot there. So, you know, you can check it out on OpenSea, actually. Links in our bio if you want to kind of see just an example of some of the background, some of the traits, what we got going on over there. You can get a better sense of, you know, what you might be able to get. We have a bunch of different rares still unminted. So, yeah, if you guys are ever curious, you know, head over there. You can check it out. And then at midnight tonight on Eastern Time Zone, it goes live for 0.01 for your chance to get that e-bot in your very own city.
Owen, what is the rare? What are we looking for? You're talking to like major degens in here, okay? We want to know what the rare is, please.
Yeah, of
Or
course, of course.
rares.
So basically, the way it all works, right? So each one of these is handmade, but the way it works, we have over 500 different traits. So essentially, if you get like a lot of the properties are just rare in general. Like we have over 180 different body materials. So each one of those body materials is coming out to a 0.5 percent rarity. Any body animation, if you go on the OpenSea, you can check it out. We have like this really cool, Dragon Ball animated trait. Any body traits really rare. Any hat traits really rare. But overall, though, there's over, I think right now we have over 30 one-of-ones in the mint somewhere. And these one-of-ones are, like nanotech kind of floating animations. And we got different, like, that Iron Man suit up with the nanotech type thing going on. So we have a bunch of different rares. I don't want to drop too many of them before they get minted, just because I do want them to be kind of a surprise as they come out. But if you are curious, you can definitely hop in our Discord, because we have a little channel where all the sneak peeks are dropped, and you can see kind of more of the rare ones in there. But just so you know, if you are minting, I feel like there's a very good chance you'll get an e-bot with a rare trait, just based on how many properties we have.
Okay, we have another Canadian with his hand up. Okay, I know we.
Oh, this is the same Canadian. I'm just on my second profile right now. Oh, all right. I'm gonna
Can
go
you
to
stop
the main one because
confusing
this
me?
is too much.
Just kidding.
All right, I
had
had
to
to switch
put that in
to
there.
Cloud9's voice because it was too much echo. But no, I just brought my other one in here. Just kind of, I don't think it's loading right now. If you click on it, it has my picture with the crazy handlebar mustache and the double mohawk.
So your dog's picture.
Yeah, my doxed picture. But e-bots, I'm definitely super bullish on this. Soon as 12 Eastern comes around, I'm going to be minting at least one of these, hopefully some more of these. I love that you're from Toronto. I love the project. I've been thinking about doing projects with like all different skylines from all different cities. If you go on my Canadian Crypto Cow, I actually have a little bit of a sneak peek of a project me and my girlfriend are working on with these like meditated like yoga girls, and you got the Toronto skyline. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward
Dude's
to
a
touching
soft pitch master.
Yeah, but I'm definitely looking that project's, and I don't even know when it's going to be. It's like far, like it might not even come out for like another 6 months. So it's not really a pitch. If anything, it's just something me and my girlfriend are working on. It's kind of cool. It's bringing us both together into this NFT community. But no, e-bots, I'm super bullish on it. I love that you're from Toronto. I'm definitely looking to connect with you and learn more. And I don't know what your team is looking like, but maybe we can make some connections and talk privately after this.
Yeah, most definitely, man. First of all, thank you so much for just in saying that. You know, I love my Torontonians, I guess you can call us. Thank you so much for all that, man. If you do want to look more into the team, on our website, you know, fully docked. Some of us have our pictures. You know, I have my picture, LinkedIn, everything you need to know about me besides my SIN card is on there. You can check it all
No,
out.
it's not.
No, I'm totally kidding. Totally kidding. I got my LinkedIn. I got my Twitter, though. Got a picture of myself, everything like that. We have the team is posted on that website, so you can get more look in depth on, you know, kind of who's a part of the project. If you want, also, I know everybody's really big on, you know, I want it to be that way, is really big on community. So feel free to join our Discord. All the links are in our bio. You can check it all out, and you can kind of take that look in the community. We have a great, we're a grassroots project, right? We got a great, really tight knit community around the project who's just, you know, been there and really there for the growth and development. And we just really want to create something new in the space. Create and innovate has been my thing forever. And this NFT space has been a great way for me to do this. So, you know, I'm here to stay, and I'm here to just try to really, you know, make something new in the space that's not being done traditionally. So I really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for all the kind words.
Yeah, and also just anybody that knows, so Toronto is crazy to live in. Like I'm 22 and living on my own in Toronto, it's crazy expensive. So it's hard to get into some of these projects, and the fact that you're going down and doing this for 420 and the 21st doing that 0.01 entry mint, that's super cool. I'm definitely going to be doing that just because I can afford that. I know a lot of people that it's expensive to get into some of these projects, and I love seeing a local project that takes care of and takes considerate of other people that may not have the capital to get into these projects, because I know paying for rent and trying to pay for everything else and do everything at the age, I'm only 22 in Toronto, it's super tight, man. It's hard, and we're trying to make ends meet wherever I can. I just got hired on with Cloud9, which is super cool. I can't wait for their thing, and I'm hoping to get on and definitely going to be getting some e-bots and support Toronto art and someone else that's young in the space. But I'll stop hogging the mic. What's up, Bullish?
Oh, yeah, no problem. Anytime you want to co-host, let me know. Definitely, I'd love to have you. So I will say, visual, can you stop? What I can't help it. Whenever he laughs, I just visualize him laughing because he's throwing up the emoji. It's very distracting. Save me, please. So I'm not gonna look at the screen anymore. Okay, I can't. Help me, please. By the way, I think you brought up a very valid point.
I'm out here on both my phones throwing up laughing faces on my iPhone.
Bullish, hey, y'all don't understand, man. Me and Bullish, man, that's my homegirl, man.
I hate you right now.
She's making me laugh because because I'm making her laugh. Man, y'all are crazy, man.
I'm not gonna look at the screen anymore. So,
look how many laughing faces are going up even in the listeners.
I almost peed my pants. That's how hard I was laughing. So anyways, so I fully agree. Reasonable price NFTs. So give you an example. There's also Crypto Boost. Yes, it's on Solana, but their NFTs are great for, you know, like the art, the community. Like I love them, and it's rare to, because of the gas fees, there's little to none on Solana. If you're not on Solana, Solana's coming up, so, you know, I mean, I know some people are hardcore ETH only, and it's going to change the game. And then it's going to be Tezos next, and there's going to be other platforms and other artists and co-founders using different platforms to mint their stuff. So, and then we're going to also learn about different things. And back to the red flags. If you're on OpenSea, please do not click on your hidden. That is just some clickbait ready to virus up your whole wallet. And if you're not moving your expensive NFTs to a cold storage wallet, which you should only buy from another red flag, not Amazon, you should be buying these cold storage wallets from manufacturers only, okay? This is very important. Don't borrow one from your friend. Don't, you know, if you find one at Value Village or Salvation Army, do not buy that at all. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. So yeah, no, definitely ebots. I can validate. I've seen him grind. If there is a problem, let me know. I will find him. I'm in Toronto. Yeah.
Oh,
I
you're in
don't think he's
Toronto
gonna
as
be a
well?
problem. Yeah, I'm just like outside of. I'm in Mississauga, 20 minutes outside of Toronto.
Oh,
But I
geez,
work in
hey.
Toronto, so I'm always in Toronto. Yeah, we're gonna do. Actually, I can't wait for our very first NFT event at some point in Toronto. That would be huge. Like people coming out. Like we've got Dax Dudes from Vancouver. Dedos, I think, was in here briefly from Vancouver as well. We've got very talented artists up here in Canada, even though we live in igloos and we canoe
Ride
to
polar
work.
bears
Just
and
kidding.
drink maple
Yeah,
syrup.
exactly. We canoe to work, and I ride a beaver, and no, we don't do that.
I
we're
love
quite
this.
civilized.
I really love this
Yeah,
conversation
we try.
already. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I just had to say, Ebot, that was a really good share on your project. I really appreciated it. Like, he's not just, art. This is a utility. And I don't know, I don't know if you've heard this, but has anyone told you that your art kind of looks like Wally? A little bit like Eve?
Yeah, he gets it.
Yeah, no, it's
Wow.
funny. I hear it all the time. It's so funny. The reason I got into art is actually because as a kid, I was watching Disney, I was watching Pixar. Like, that's the reason I got into this. And end goal for me is I really want to one day, hopefully, work with Disney, work with Pixar on making an animated movie. And so one night, the night I was making this, like, I was at home, making it, whatever, got all the bodies done, and I showed it to my buddy. My buddy's like, "Oh, it looks like Wally." So I think a little bit of like unconscious nostalgia came out in me when I was making these, and honestly, I kind of like it because it reminds me of when I was back as a kid, in the movie theater with my parents on the big screen watching Wally for the first time. So yeah, no, I think it was a little happy accident for sure.
I have a lot of respect for you. Being 22 in Toronto is definitely a hard deal. Being 24 in LA is even more tough. I get you, but stick with it. Yeah, Kong, okay, we're gonna fight for that NFT.
Wait, who is the oldest person in the room right now?
46.
Okay, thank you.
I got the oldest.
I'm
spirit in
31
here.
and I was like, wait. I'm not that old yet, am I? I am. I'm old.
Wise, you
I hope I
guys
feel
are in
bad
the
for the
right
host.
space.
What are you calling her? You calling her old in her own
No, I'm
space?
saying we young, but y'all motherfuckers way too young.
Oh, I love it. And I think CFO...
The Ebot is gonna live forever if he's 22. Like, he's got a long career.
He's a robot. He ain't going nowhere.
I think he was 21, right, Ebots?
Yeah, 21.
He's 21.
Oh,
I'm
shit,
22. I'm 22. It's all good.
Oh,
It's all
sorry.
Good. No, it's all
Close
good.
enough.
I gotta bounce. I got another space coming up here at 10 o'clock. But I'm glad I made it out here, and I got a reminder set for 2 hours to mint my Ebots at 12 o'clock. I'll see you. Yeah, I'll see you guys around.
Let's fucking go.
Right.
Hey,
Thanks,
Ebot.
Thanks for
But you have
having me.
to share with me what you get. Like, honestly, and you have to tweet them because I want to see them as you get them. 100%.
Yeah, I'll tweet them on my Canadian crypto cow, the one with the crazy hairdo. I'll tweet them on that profile.
Definitely.
All right, I'll peace out, everybody.
Hey,
Have a
Owen.
great day. Thanks for coming through.
Owen, I got a couple questions for you, man, about the project. So I'm looking at these right now. These are pretty dope, man. I dig them. So if I mint one, I'm getting like the motion. Like, I'm not getting a PFP. I'm getting something that moves like that.
Yeah, man. So pretty much the way it works is when you mint them, you're going to get the NFT, on the blockchain, all that. But if you want to head into the Discord and say, open a ticket, I got EBOT number, 285, whatever it might be, let me know and I will send you the MP4, the still kind of, PFP non-moving one, whatever you want, man. I'm personally by hand sending these out to everybody so that you can have your EBOT buzzing around on OpenSea, but you can also have your EBOT buzzing around your camera roll on your desktop, whatever you want it to be. So you just let me know and I will make sure you get it.
That's awesome. That's
So,
awesome.
Chicago and LA has just tripled in price right now. So sorry. No, actually pick it up. No, you guys can fight for it. Still 4.01. So for 2 days only. It's a minting blitz, a minting mania. Like, get that FOMO minting finger going.
Minting mania, I love it. I love it. Real quick too, man. Another question I had. Why 01, man? That's slow. I like that, but why? I'm curious as to your reasoning behind it.
Yeah, of course, man. So we're only doing this for 48 hours. So it's kind of just, we knew, I know I keep going back and say, no, everybody celebrates, but over in Canada, it's kind of a big deal for us. But, the 420 season's coming up, everybody's always about sharing the love. Gotta, just try to, give back as best as I can to the community. We have a bunch of people in the community who are like, I picked up one, but, I want more, but I don't have the 0.05. So after like hearing from the community, we're like, you know what, why not do something for 48 hours? Really just, do something exciting, do something that like really rewards the people who are around since the very start, because we're still very early into this. So why not reward the people at the start? And we want to make sure there's a very low barrier to entry so that if you want to get in, you can get in and not have to deal with, high ETH prices or anything like that. So it's strictly just to put on a little fun event for our community to, try to allow more people to get in if they want to get in, get more e-bots, whatever it might be.
Hey, Ebot, I have a question. Where do we click?
Yeah, of course. So just go to you can either go to our Discord and all the links are in our official links channel, or we have our website posted right in our bio. You can go right over there. I would say make sure you don't, if you are going to mint, don't do any mints until 12 o'clock. Don't want you spending that 0.04 extra.
12 o'clock what time? Because I'm Central Standard Time.
Yeah, so it's going to be Eastern time zone, but it will be open for the next 48 hours starting at 12 Eastern. So, if it's one of those ones where you need to go to bed or anything like that because it's a little bit later your time zone, feel free to check in tomorrow because we will have the mints still live for 0.01.
I never sleep.
Eva, and I was gonna say, nobody's gonna do that. Everybody's gonna stay up in mint tonight because we're all crazy and we're in our heads. We're thinking these are gonna sell out in the morning if I don't get one now. I gotta get it now. I guarantee you 100%.
You guys want to know what my favorite show was when I was 5 years old? Shop at Home. We didn't have cable.
Can I contribute something to the red flag topic if y'all don't mind?
What up, Kong?
Yeah, definitely. What's good, Kong?
Yeah, it's just like an observation. What's going on with y'all? What's going on? It's something I noticed. Like, I feel like the Web3 space is still real young, and maybe in like a few months or maybe a year, this shit's gonna be in reverse. Right now, a lot of people are getting scammed and whatnot because you got projects that's actually producing nothing. They're just like telling you what they're about to do. They got some dope, like maybe artwork or whatever, but they're not showing you nothing. They're expecting you to, mint first, and then you're gonna see something. And obviously, it's plenty of projects that they're set up like that, and they still come through. But me personally, I'm looking at it like when are we gonna get to that point where we're gonna hold y'all accountable? You need to show us some shit first, and then we're gonna come by, what we know we looking at. And so that's a red flag to me. Not like across the board, but it's just something I look for. Damn, left y'all speechless.
No, I don't know. Maybe we're just trying to be.
I'm not
polite.
good,
Like,
huh?
okay, where's that pause? When do we jump in? All that good stuff. I love it.
Nah,
I'm
I'm
brushing my
fire.
teeth. Give me a second. Wait.
I
I'm on fire
had to
speaker right now.
digest that for a little bit because damn,
Hey, Glow.
like you hit me like on the side. Because all these projects that I even look into are like that. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy.
So are you telling me Bullish just put you on an awesome little project, the e-bots? You grabbing some?
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like, what I'm saying is not across the board, because some of the most successful projects that really came back and pulled it off for their community, they didn't show you shit. But what I'm saying is that it may be in a few months, it may be in a year. Like, we're lucky that we're in it at this time if you're a founder and you need the mints to move forward. But after a certain amount of time, it ain't gonna be like that no more. Like, people are gonna be like, oh, okay, you got this? Well, I'm gonna wait for you to start showing me. And then once I see you can really pull it off, then I'll come buy into your shit. A lot of these projects right now are moving based off of partnerships, which is something, because I'm new to this all and I'm learning as a founder myself, so I'm out here on the partnership hunt, because as strange as it is, you could have somebody just
Yo,
Like person
I
said, you
think
know.
it's rugging. Or
Yeah,
is that on my
definitely
end?
rugging.
Or is that on my end?
Just to kind of go off of that a little bit, that kind of goes back into the doxing question, because there's like one of two things that I think like a beginning project has. Either yes, they're collaborating with another project that they are familiar with or like they are creating business with, or they are doxed. And for that reason, like, to be doxed is so important, I think, personally, when creating a project, because it gives security to your buyers on their purchase. Like, it gives you a little bit of accountability, for them to be able to know who you are, for them to have like a sense of, okay, like, this person has maybe been in the space for a little bit. He may or she may have not been doing NFTs, but at least like either they're in tech or they've done something, you know, along the lines of like building into it from like Web 2. It's trackable. Like, I've known a lot of projects that have, you know, been undoxed, and they've released projects and they will create another wallet and actually purchase their own art to make it seem like there's activity. So like, being doxed gives you like a very big sense of like, it's open and it's transparent for people to like really know what you're doing. So that's something that I really look for. That resume and history, I forgot who was touching on that a little bit, but the history shows all. This is why we're in Web3, y'all. Like, it's transparent for us to not be like fucking rugs anymore. Sorry for my language.
Hey, yo, are you trying to battle for LA right now, or what's happening? I'm just trying to
I'm
figure it
down.
out. Nah, I'm just fucking.
Yeah,
Let's throw it
yeah.
down.
I agree. No, 100% I agree. I think that it's either got to be one or the other. Like, either you got to be doxxed so that they could, you know, see who you are, or like in my case, I didn't probably met like 5 people in this space, IRL, but nobody else. You are never going to figure out who I am. I'm not doxxed. But so my defense to that is, okay, so I put out the work. So if you ever wonder, like, damn, I can't find out who this cat is. But if you start looking at my page and shit, you see we already, because I'm an animation project. There's animation already out there. So you don't have to worry about who I am. All you know is they really producing. But you're absolutely right. It's going to be one or the other. Either dox yourself or put out the work.
Definitely. I hear that, Colin. Definitely hear that. Yeah, you know what? Exactly, because I think there's like a level of trust that has to be there. You know what I'm saying? And I think the only two ways that you could really get that is if you're doxxed. You know, obviously somebody's able to figure out who you are, what you're doing, or you're just openly like, hey, this is me, find me. Or like Kong said, put in that work, and then nobody has to really worry if they're seeing the consistency, if they're seeing the communication, if they're seeing, you know, all you know, they're seeing the team constantly moving around, you know, very active. Like, those things make people feel comfortable. Like I said, I really feel like, you know, when you're doing these projects, you got to move like a business, and there's so many elements to a business, and you got to have, you know, like 99% of those elements in place to really make people feel comfortable. And yeah, that's definitely a major key.
Right.
I'd like
to...
Sorry.
No, you go.
No, I just wanted to
No, you go.
on what a visual. You know what? No, you go. No, you go. No, but all round. No. When you are building up that reputation, rapport, you're in spaces, people know what you're about. They know that, like, you have good morals in spaces, hopefully, ideally. But you're really showing your colors. I wait a little while, and if I really hear something that I really enjoy about the project, then I'll mint it. Now, there's one project that I haven't minted yet, but I support this person. Everybody knows that. If you're Canadian, I've already mentioned Dedos earlier, and Dax, I'm an OG in his project. I mean, like, we've communicated over the phone. We've spoken in spaces. This is important, and when this is one thing I've noticed, and I don't know if anybody else has noticed, or am I just paranoid? I really don't do those hallucinogenic like mushrooms and all that crazy stuff in spaces, but when there's PFPs and they don't say anything and you've messaged them, but they're just silent advertising I don't know, bots. Like, I swear there's some people always follow me in all the spaces that I go in. 99.9% of them. And I'm like, and I messaged them. I'm like, hey, why do you never speak? And nothing, no response. So it's kind of like really weird. But at the same time is, here's another red flag. I'm going to message you, but I have 0 followers. How does that work? How does that work?
Yes, that's kind of touching on exactly what I was about to say. Like, see how long the project is building the community for. Like, look at the history, see if they're like talking, to people that are asking questions, see how long before their drop they were trying to like build the hype, and how much they're engaging, and if they're consistent with it, and if they're passionate every day about it. Like, yes, accounts that have like 0 followers are the ones that are like randomly verified, like sending spam. Like, those really get me. I don't know if you guys get those every day, but I get like this mass tweet of like
Yes.
like 50, I don't know, like 20 people, and I'm like, and they're like some legit accounts. Like, I don't
Instagram as well.
I
Instagram
got
as
one
well
by
does this.
Moonbirds today. I was like, get out.
Yeah, I've been getting those moonbirds all week, and last week I was getting Azukis, and then the week before that, I think it was like bored apes. It's ridiculous. Yeah, you gotta definitely be careful for that stuff.
I don't think they like me because I put out too many hashtags, so they avoid me. They're like, oh, no. She's going to spread the word from the hashtag.
We just had that meeting about the hashtags, Bullish.
Yeah, I know. That's why I brought it up. Yeah, but I hope everybody's enjoying this space. If you are, please share the alpha as well. That eBots is definitely on sale. Scoop them up. I'm excited. I cannot wait. I'll be sharing my eBots on my Twitter page as well. So I expect hopefully that you guys, I want to see if somebody gets LA, Chicago, Toronto. Hopefully you don't get Toronto and I get Toronto. Like, I don't know. Hey, Owen, did you do any from Vancouver or any other provinces in Canada or what? I'm just curious. But I got India, and I love India. It's really well done. The artwork is impeccable. It's so good.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so obviously keeping it close to home, I did do Toronto. I did Banff, Alberta. We did Vancouver. In the mountains over there. We have a bunch of cities all over U.S. New York, L.A., Chicago. Just as many big places as I could think of that NFT is really big, where there's big communities. I was like, you know what? They need their own city. They need their own location. So we got all that done. And just to actually speak on what you're saying, yeah, I'm going to be retweeting all the e-bots that people get. If you post them on Twitter, give me a tag. I will make sure I repost. Doesn't matter what time of the day it is. I will make sure it gets on the page. So if anybody's ever curious about any e-bots that are getting minted, you can just check back on our page and you can see all the new ones coming out. So yeah, just give us a tag. I will make sure it gets up there.
What's up, Cliff?
Just out of curiosity, by any chance, did you happen to have a background of Bangkok, Thailand?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh,
We do have a Bangkok one. We also have a Maya Bay one in Thailand.
Oh, hell yeah, let's go. That's on.
Keep minting. You're going to have to mint 8,000 to get Thailand.
Oh, you gotta be joking. my
I'm just
bad
kidding.
to you, Bullish.
Bullish, your laugh gets me.
Glyph buys the whole collection. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm so sorry.
Nah, it's gonna be the whole entire pod squad buying that collection. Oh, we got Alpha with their hand up. What's up, Alpha?
It's a permanent high five. Are you rugged? Are you stuck? We're trying to figure it out. Oh, maybe. Oh,
I think he went to the metaverse.
Oh, dang, he got Vortex
seriously?
No way.
Damn, full road,
Off
full
from the
road.
blockchain.
Oh wow.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, there you
Hi.
Sorry about that. I'm not sure what's going on. The internets don't seem to be interneting much. They don't have enough e-bot in their system, I think is what's happening. So I was just listening in on that conversation. You guys say you're minting at 0.01. Did I get that right?
Yeah, for 48 hours on the 20th and 21st on Eastern Time Zone, we're going to be 0.01 Ethereum. And the good thing, too, is we're on ERC 721A contracts. So very efficient. If you pick up one, the gas can be the same as you pick up 2 or 3 or 4. We did a little test before our mint, and to get, I think we did 101 e-bots just to test it out. It was only like $24 gas. So, with that contract and the 0.01, we hope that the barrier to entry into the project is very, very low.
Wales, welcome. Yeah, I have another question for the Latinos. What countries do you have? Like, do you have Colombia? Do you have Mexico? Do you have like Costa Rica?
Yeah, totally. So we do have one in Mexico, and we have a couple places in the Caribbean. And I've been trying to keep it as like, we have like, Rome, and we have, I was just going around. I was doing my round, just looking at a map. I was like, where should we get these from? And we didn't do all of the kind of Latina countries, like, the Colombia, the Ecuador, stuff like that. But I tried my best to make sure that, as many communities of people would be represented, as if maybe it's not like your exact location, it'd be very close and something you could still feel connected to.
I want the African one though. I know you got that. Don't tell me you left out my African people.
No, we got Chad Africa. We got a nice little looking background. It's actually one of my favorite ones. I think it looks so cool. And we got Chad Africa in there.
I was literally about to say, Con, you can take LA because I'm going to take Mexico.
Oh, whoa. But
Wait a minute.
I'm
Wait
greedy.
a minute.
I'm gonna go ahead and take
Nope.
both of those anyways. And since
I'm taking that one.
I'm quarter
taking
Mexican too. Taking. Oh, we battling out, huh?
I never thought we were gonna have a fight in here. I love it.
Eba, you got a good problem on your hands, bro.
Yeah, well, the
First
good thing
person
is
to
there's more than
DM
enough to
Owen.
go around.
Hey Owen, I think if you can find it, winky, there should be some sort of a challenge. Like, if you mint like 5, you get X or something. You make the rules, but I mean, like, if you can specifically pull one specific e-bot for somebody, not mentioning any names, anybody just drop the hints in there. Not myself. I'm just saying, whoever's fighting over Mexico, whoever's fighting over Mexico first. Okay.
Yeah, no, I really like that idea. I'll see if I can set something up, maybe to post tomorrow, post on the 21st, where we can do a little contest or something where maybe figure out the logistics of it. That's mainly what we got to talk to the devs about. But maybe we can figure out, like, as you said, if you mint X amount, like, I'll get you an e-bot from your city, something like that. I will definitely make sure I post that tomorrow or something. The devs are
That's
in.
a big fight because we have a lot of Chicago people up in here. We in LA. We've already starting riots in the spaces right now over e-bots. How is that possible? Like, it's going down. Like, I've never seen a fight over a cute
Owen,
robot.
man, you came in here causing riots, dude.
Yeah, you're causing a riot, and I think it's interesting because I love it. I love the fact that everybody wants their city. Everybody can have an opportunity to try to get their city. And it's like buying cards in a way, right? You never know what you're going to mint, and I hope everybody's extremely happy with what they get. And, like, when I bought mine, again, I love the artwork, and the key thing is it comes down to the artwork and then the project, and then I believe in yourself. And I really just applaud you for being a young, ambitious gentleman, polite, like always optimistic, and I really enjoy your project and yourself, and I greatly appreciate you sponsoring this space, definitely, and I look forward to working and supporting you in the future as well.
Thank you so much, Bullish. Yeah, no, I really appreciate that. I mean, it's always a pleasure being in these spaces with you. I think I met you, a good couple months ago for sure, maybe back even 2021 times. But no, it's been such a pleasure, and every time we get in these spaces, I always love catching up with you. And don't thank me for sponsoring the space. Thank you for allowing me to sponsor the space. It's been great meeting everybody, seeing all the familiar faces, and it's always a great time. So thank you so much.
Elevated Thought, you want to chirp in and share your red flag, talk, say, hey, what's up, fight over your city?
I just wanted to say hey, and shout out to Ebot, man. I was listening to your talk about your project and the passion behind your voice and how quick and you were able to answer every single question, and you were motivated and you were happy about sharing your project, and it was really cool to see. And you're representing a lot of things in this space that people haven't seen and completely new, especially with your barrier to entry. That's super awesome, and that's something that's being seen more within the space, because that a nice entry point shows that you want a community, you want to build a community, and you're accepting all walks of life. I just want to shout out to that, Ebot, and nice meeting you. And shout out to Bullish. I met Bullish on the beach. I shot up a space one day, and I was just chilling at the beach, and Bullish comes in, and then now I'm here. So I represent real ones. I
appreciate you coming through. Yeah, I'm actually.
Oh, sorry, my bad. You go on.
No, go ahead. Again, the polite Canadian. No, you go.
Yeah, I was just gonna say thank you so much for that, Elevate. I really appreciate that, man. And yeah, man, I'm just it's the passion of my voice strictly comes from the space. I just love being a part of this community, and I've never been part of a community that I enjoy being a part of more. Right? It's just so great every day, no matter how tired I am. As I said earlier, I made each one of these e-bots by hand, all 5,233 of them, and it was thousands of hours. But every time I would hop into these spaces, every time I'd catch up with Bullish, catch up with everybody I know, and just get right back into it, that energy just comes back to me. I'm ripping off a couple hours of sleep right now, but it doesn't even matter because Web3 just kind of brings me that energy, and I love the space, love the people. So thank you so much for that, man. I really appreciate those kind words. And yeah, we just really want to make sure that that barrier to entry is really low, because I was there. I was in that point. I'm a 21-year-old kid, right? I was literally a year ago in the point where I was like, man, I want this so bad, but I can't buy it right now. I don't have enough ETH. So I was thinking, I'm like, man, to celebrate this little mini holiday we got going on, we should definitely try to do something to make sure that if anybody's interested, anybody's peeking through the blinds, they should just be able to get in at a very low point, and just enjoy the art, enjoy the community.
Hey, Owen, I have a question. Do you have a penguin from, not a penguin, sorry. I was thinking of popping penguins, my apologies. Do you have a ebot from Philippines by chance?
We don't have a Philippines ebot, but we do have a couple, couple Thailand ones, a bunch of different ones in Asia, different ones in China, we have one in Japan. We have a bunch in that area, but I didn't get Philippines specifically. I definitely
Okay, no worries. I said I'd ask. No.
Yeah, no worries.
I don't know if you realize this, but there's a representation aspect about your project now. It's bringing, inclusivity for different ethnicities, and it could be a potential for people to really indulge with their cultures with your NFTs too.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, that was my biggest thing, right? Is I wanted this to the whole project about companionship, right? That interactive digital companionship. And I was thinking, I'm like, man, for these backgrounds, I don't want it to just be North America. I don't want it to just be, places in Europe. We wanted to make sure that anybody around the world can feel, to a certain extent attached to their digital companion. I mean, in our day-to-day lives, we all have, common house pets, right? That's the same for humans around the world. So why should that be different in the digital world? So that was the whole idea. I really appreciate you saying that, because that was actually one of the things I had in mind, was really trying to make this as inclusive as possible. We don't want these ebots to resemble any gender. We don't want these ebots to resemble any ways of life. We want them just to be a digital companion for anybody.
I love that. Good for you.
I also wanted to mention that they're very kid friendly, and it's also can be used as an education tool for teaching them countries in a fun way. And again, very, very well done. And I think that even as a gift is a great little idea. Like, that's what I'm gonna do, is buy a whole bunch so I can gift them as well.
Yeah, it's really utilize them as a utility. I mean, utility goes so far right now. It's like, it's the next wave. Utilities, getting into DAOs. I don't know if you even consider doing that with your project, but you really should. I can see it going very far with your idea.
Yeah, 100%. One thing, just because this space is so amazing, everybody in here is so great, I will give a little bit of alpha that hasn't even been released to Papa Munchkin down there. He's been an OG in the community. Haven't even said this out loud yet to anybody, but we have actually 3D printed. It's getting shipped over right now, so I can kind of check it out before we get the finalization of it. But we're getting that in real life eBot digital home assistant, like literally being made right now, which should be out, and I want to say the next couple months if all goes well. Obviously, I can't say any specific date or time or anything like that, but it is very possible that in the near future, you can actually get one of these eBots on your desk, floating around on one of those little magnet floating stands, and Nintendo 64 compatibility.
Don't tell me this.
No, it's very exciting. We're literally doing the 3D printing right now. That's what a lot of the initial mint kind of went towards, was kind of making that happen, to make some of our roadmaps start to happen. So we're very excited about it, and the kind of I want to say beta testing 3D model is getting sent over to me right now, so I can finalize it, give my feedback on it, and hopefully have a final product by the end of 2022.
All right, Owen. All right. So I'm gonna mint like 6 of them. Okay, I'm just letting you know right now. Probably 10. I don't know. Bullish. How many you minting?
Chicago.
I'm gonna end up getting Chicago. I'm
not
pretty.
Gonna lie.
I'm pretty good with building relationships and letting people know, hey, I minted 6 of these things, so you should just give me the Chicago. Things like that,
If I get Chicago, I'll give you my Chicago, but I'm gonna keep my Mexico. Just kidding. We'll trade.
How about if I get Canada, I'll trade you the Chicago one.
Whoever sings to me in mariachi style gets it. Okay, that's all I gotta say. I love mariachi.
Stop it.
So.
I just want to say I really appreciate that visual. Thank you so much, man, for all the support. And as I said, man, if you drop them on Twitter, I will make sure they get on the official page, and we'll make sure that everybody gets to see which eBots you get. So if you are looking for that trading aspect, you can get them out there for a reference, man. I really do appreciate that, though.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
Yeah, let's start a Twitter war and trading.
Seriously, we should.
We're gonna fight over the eBots.
I know we're kind of we're being silly here. Like I said, man, Bullish is the homegirl. We got a lot of friends in here too. Appreciate everybody in here. But on a serious note though, Owen, I really think this project is cool, man. I dig it a lot. The fact that these are kind of like animated and in motion, I really dig that aspect of it. And like you said, if we want to get the kind of more PFP style of it, you're willing to send that out. I love that. I love the fact that you're in here. You're being very thorough about everything you guys are doing. Really truly appreciate that. And I think anybody that's in this space right now, I'm not sure if you've been in this space a long time or not, if you've been collecting or not, but I'm excited about this project. Who knows? You never know. I think a lot of times these projects, they take off and you never know what you're gonna get. And I feel regardless at that price point, man, that's kind of insane to me. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like if you're in this space and you don't mint one, like, what are you thinking at that price point? I mean, Owen, you're kind of giving these away, bro. Like, that's kind of insane to me. That's what I'm telling you. Like, that's insane to me. It's insane.
Yeah,
look, I'm not worried about it, Bullish, because listen.
The MP4 that you
yes.
get for free.
Yes.
Come on, like,
it's amazing.
That's why
it's amazing.
I think this was the best first space to have, with a very reasonable, like extremely low at this point, because I'm into that 0.05. So when I'm looking at the rest of his Owen's collection, I want to mint more. It's like I buy one, get 4 free. If you really think about it, that's what it is. Buy one, get 4 free. That's a no-brainer.
Facts. Like,
the
look,
epitome. Sorry, Beth.
Nah, you're good. No, I just want to say real quick, like I'm gonna be really honest with you. Like I'm ETH poor right now, so I'm looking at I'm literally going through my collection. Like, yo, what am I gonna sell? I'm gonna sell something right now, so I can mint a bunch of these tonight. I'm no joke, because I am 100% ETH poor. I have no ETH right now. I'm looking at a real sad amount of ETH. So,
This is the visual
I'm
challenge.
NFT rich
I can't
though.
believe you're even saying this.
I'm
It's like
NFT rich
making
though.
this visual.
I am
Listen, if
NFT
you can
rich
make
right
that
now, so
happen,
I'm.
you definitely a grinder. Like, dude, like
Oh,
I
look
can't
at
even do that. I'm just like, I don't.
I
Do
know,
what you
but
gotta do.
you know me though. I buy if I got one. If I mint, I'm minting multiples of everything. That is my rule. I'm not gonna mint one. I am not gonna mint one of nothing. I'm minting multiples of everything that I mint. So if I'm collecting your project, you're gonna see me with a bunch of those things, 100% guaranteed.
Love it, love it. Yeah, definitely.
I just want to
I'm
say
FOMOing
thank
in
you
this
so
one.
much, man, for all the kind words. I really appreciate that, and you know, it's been a pleasure meeting you, man. I don't think we've had the chance to connect before, so thank you so much, man. It's great meeting you.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Yeah, Bullish is the homegirl, man. We're on the same team, and she's been talking about you guys for a little bit. So I was like, hey, let me pop in here and see what's up. But like I said, man, I definitely appreciate you being in here, being thorough about the project. I'm digging the work. Everything about it's dope. I'm excited about it. The price point is like fucking. Can't even believe it, to be honest with you. I've seen some great price points, but that's like kind of insane. So like I said, once again, if you guys don't even mint one, like I don't even know why you're in this space right now. You need to stop playing.
Visual, don't say that.
They
Don't
need
say
to
that.
listen, man. I'm not, man. See, people can't be offended. We're all grown ass people. You can't be offended by my sharp words. I can't help it. Damn. I'm
No,
not trying to hurt no feelings. I'm just saying, like, you got to be real, and this price point is insane. Mint something. Borrow some ETH from somebody. Sell something. But damn it, mint a EBOT tonight. That's all I gotta say. Mint
although
one.
it is low, I have to say Ebot is the epitome of not a red flag. Like what he did tonight was a perfect example of what a good, valuable NFT project would do. They go on spaces, they talk to people, they answer questions, they contribute to the space, they contribute to like answering the community questions, and they have transparency. So good job, Ebot. Even though I feel like it is low, like I think that your project does deserve a little bit more. You will get there. And like the thing is that I'm cool with it where the price point is at, because once you build a reputation, you can increase your prices after each drop, and people will recognize that they have value. And that's kind of my last piece of advice, because I got to take off. But Bullish, thank you so much for having me. It was really nice meeting everyone. And I see Tina in the space. She's actually one of my really good friends. So I'm glad that she's here listening. But this is a really good space. Thank you so much, Bullish. I
Thanks
appreciate
for coming
it.
through. Yeah, definitely come through anytime. And yeah, it's only a 2-day sale.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You gotta remember, it's only 48 hours.
0.05. So that's why we're saying it's a buy one get four free if you were paying the regular price. So that's like a 2-day sale. We're not saying FOMO, but we're saying slowly work your way into it, but like at least get one. It's a great project, and if I get Mexico, I'll let you know.
You're sending it to me if you get it.
Oh gosh, here we go.
I do have to say really quick, big shout out Bullish for putting on these spaces. It is not easy setting up, hosting, and running these spaces. So thank you so much, Bullish. You're doing great work over here. Hats off to you, because none of this would be possible without you. None of us would be able to be in this space right now without you. So big shout out. Thank you so much. And I hope I hope you realize just how big it is and how amazing of a job you are doing. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Owen. I really just love supporting like great projects. Like we got Gangster Kongs in here for 1840. We had Laid Back Llamas in here. Oh, I see. We got Alpha Traders Country Club. So
Tyler, what up?
Maybe it's Tyler. Yeah, maybe we can bring him up, or he can't talk. We got Kai. We've got the Pod Squad. More great artists and devs, and like that little pod is so productive. I mean, like we've got a lot of raw talent in here, and I mean we got other people that we can't really like just keep on. We can talk forever, but I mean like supporters, community, Like I have my Weird People family up in here. Like, so this whole space of Web3 is what we make it. And if we build the strongest foundation, the sky is the limit. And that's all I'll say on that.
Nah, that's big facts. That's big facts. And like you said, we got a lot of homies in here, whether they're my homies, your homies, our homies, whatever. We got a lot of people that we rock with in here. So I appreciate all of y'all, everybody being in this space and you know, learning about these projects. You know, like we've been talking to Ebots, Owen from Ebots for you know, the past, you know, I don't know, hour or so, and we're excited about the project. I'm digging it. Like I said, I never heard about it until today, really. You know, Bullish has been mentioning it, but Bullish mentions a lot of things to me every day. So I kind of tend to skip over it sometimes, but I definitely heard her say Ebots a few times in the last couple of weeks. So, you know, to be here and listening to what it's about, I'm definitely excited to be able to mint and be part of that project, because I'm definitely going to DJ in heavily on it. I'm going to get some multiples, and I'm going to see if Bullish gets something I like, and we're definitely going to do some trading very, very soon.
Exactly. And you know what, that's the fun thing about it as well, is like you can trade them as well if you don't want to, let's just say, put it on OpenSea or like and sell it. You know, like this is, if you're even a flipper, let's even talk about that. We haven't even discussed that. Even if you wanted to flip these, this would be the price to get in and make some money. Because once they start to go to 5 and once the collection sells out, game on. Because now they're going to be, oh, I can't get any. Oh, okay, so now I have to buy it secondary. And I mean, like, the prices will go up. I can see this going to at least, you know, 0.6, I would say. And I mean, like, I don't think I'm overshooting on this one, right? Because I mean, if Owen says where he wants to go with this, and then later on he did Gen 2 or something else in the works, this is gonna be fire. I mean, like, can you imagine these cute little things in the metaverse, like going around? And I don't know why I get this little noise, like boop, 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 like the Jetsons, like Rosie.
Hold on. Could you rewind? Can you do that sound again one more time for us?
No, I will not. It's a recorded space. You can go back and listen to it later.
Yo, that was great.
Bullish, how you doing? What's going on, visual?
Hey, what's good? What's good? ¿Qué pasó?
What's good?
On the way, my mind. You know, we out here. I'm over here in the Panhandle getting my, you know, saw some merengue on here. I'm trying to find out what the hell is it to do in Panama Beach, but shit. Like, even the locals are like, there's shit to do here. I'm like, all right, well, shit, I'm gonna show y'all how to turn up one time for the one time.
Yo, my man's having a good night tonight. I love it. He's gonna show you how to turn up one time for the one time. I love it.
And 2 times for the snooze time. You better not lose time, man.
Oh my goodness. Do I need my cowboy boots on for this? Like, it sounds like we're going to a showdown.
Hey, you know it, man. I'll be coming out them swamp waters for sure.
Oh, in the bayou, okay.
Oh, yeah, man. You ever been up here? Oh, my goodness. This thing is like...
New Orleans, I've been to New Orleans. I had a po' boy. I had some jambalaya. I did a swamp tour. What do they do, the Cajuns? Yee! They make that noise, or is that from, like, Popeye?
I don't know, but, man, I was following Waze, and, like, it was giving me, like, the route back to my place, my Airbnb, and I was like, oh, hell no, I ain't going that way. We're going to have to keep on going, man. That looked like, you know, ain't a lot of lights out here, I'm going to be honest with you. So this is like, you know, this is, this ain't that one place you want.
You need to be careful when there's no lights.
It's like Jeepers Creepers.
Exactly. Yeah, don't play games. And that funny little thing that feels like, that just brushes across you in the dark. Oh no, I don't want to know what that is.
Man, this is totally. Oh, sorry, my bad, man. You go on.
No, hey man, you're fine, man. I'm over here tripping out at how dark it is, and like I got my.
No, it's all right, man. I was gonna say little side story about the dark, totally off topic, but about a couple months ago, I was driving my car and I was on the back roads, a little bit, outside of the city, and I was going same thing, no lights, right? I'm just going, I'm ripping down. I'm like, oh man, this is no problem at all. Out of nowhere, a deer comes out, smokes my car, and I just, man, it was crazy. It was out of nowhere. Didn't see the guy coming, and no, you definitely gotta be careful on those back roads late at night, man.
Yeah, don't play games. I've seen that actually happen in the daylight, where a deer just came out in front of somebody else's truck just in front of me on the back roads to my cottage, and I was like, I honked because I saw it, and it would have been too late for him to see if I didn't honk. And it was interesting how fast that happens. And as for the dark, yeah, that's next level scary.
You're
Especially
lucky it
when
was
you
a
can't
deer,
see.
not a moose.
Exactly.
Right.
But those moose don't mess around.
Yeah, your car is a write-off.
Speaking of write-off, how did everyone's tax day go? Did everyone get their taxes done, or are you living in Spain like me?
I
I'm going to
I
jail.
wasn't negative, so I'm counting my blessings on that one.
100% getting arrested soon.
I'm
Got mine done.
playing the illegal alien game, so I don't have to do my taxes until June.
My wife
Yo,
did
wait,
it.
what? June?
Yeah, our tax year it ends in June, end of June in Australia.
Ah, good eye, mate.
That's not a knife.
I
This is
love
a
my
knife.
guy. What's up, Tyler, man?
What's up? What's up? What's everyone doing? How is everything?
We're going crazy here, man. Love to see you in here, brother. Love to see you in here, man. Just having a blast here learning about these e-bots, man. We're excited about it.
Yeah, I came in at the end of that. I was in I walked into like a gratitude is the attitude kind of situation going on. Everyone was just throwing some serious love around. I was like, this is my spot. I like it here. I'm going to nestle here for a little while.
You know how it is when we get in here, man. We either get really crazy, really silly, or like super like, hey, we love you, man. We love you.
Oh my goodness, will you stop visual? So Owen, do you have one from Australia by chance? Because I think I'm gonna see if I can get one maybe for a friend of mine.
Yeah, most definitely. We actually got one of the backgrounds right in front of the Sydney Opera House, so it's right down there. We might, I think, I need to check the bank, check the metadata, but I'm pretty sure we have one in the Outbacks too. I do need to double check that, but we definitely 100% have the Sydney, Australia one.
Oh, that's awesome. And you know what? I will drop this alpha in the Alpha Traders Country Club's NFT section. So hopefully we can generate some more sales as well that way for you.
Yeah, most definitely. I did just want to quickly, before it goes two out of turn. I remember you talking about the metaverse and about having these e-bots in the metaverse. I did just want to drop a little bit more alpha for people I haven't been releasing too much, but I've been doing a lot of testing on different platforms, like mainly Decentraland. I've been trying to figure out NFT worlds, but the big idea for these, at the very least, to get these as GLB files that you can then import as wearable accessories into these metaverse platforms, that you could have your e-bot floating around with your avatar as you go, making sure that's your companion not only in the real life but also in the metaverse, in this Web3 world. Doing a lot of testing, but my big thing is I really want to make sure that we do it right. And a lot of the platforms right now are very, pixelated, kind of blocky type worlds, which kind of takes away from the e-bots as a whole and the whole traits associated with all of them. So I really want to make sure that when we do have that integration, it's done properly. But I've been doing a lot of testing, and it's not, I'd say definitely going to happen end of 2022, have these in the metaverse as wearable accessories that'll be following you around as you go.
Dude, you learn your Web3 right.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm big on just really want to make sure it's done right? Like, as I said, right, I made each one of these e-bots by hand over, I'd say 3,000, 4,000 plus hours put into this. I've been doing this for almost a year now, making these e-bots. And my big thing is, quality over quantity. I really want to make sure that, whatever I'm doing, whatever I'm promising, whatever I'm actually trying to make happen in this project is done properly, because I'm not trying to rush anything. I'm not trying to, I think one thing, we're talking about red flags, I think, I see a lot of projects coming out and they're like, oh man, like, we're going to have a full-fledged multiplayer, Unreal Engine game developed by the end of the month. And it's like, man, like, I don't know what type of game you're planning on putting out, but it won't be what you're expecting, right? Because I just really want to make sure that...
It's called the rug game.
No, exactly. I want to make sure that anything we're doing with this project is done right, because what we're trying to do here, the whole overarching idea for the e-bots is try to innovate the space and do something new. And obviously, Rome wasn't built in a day, neither are good things, right? So really take my time with it, making sure that we have this this natural progression and natural flow into the roadmap that's done properly over done quickly.
Hey, Owen, I have a really quick question too, man. Something I thought about that I forgot to ask you. That's pretty important to me. What about IP for Minters? Is that all ours?
Hey, 100%. This is your digital companion. This is like your pet in the digital world. We want to make sure you have ownership over that just the same as you would a cat, a dog in the real world. If you want to put your dog on a poster, you can do that. So why should that be any different with these e-bots?
Amazing. Love it. Love it.
And also with that, I know we were talking about me sending you any files you need. I'm the same way with anything, right? If you're trying to do something with your e-bot and you're like, oh man, I need this with the e-bot with a transparent background, you let me know, I'll get that to you. Whatever it is, like I really want to make sure I'm here for the community to make sure that anything you want to do with these e-bots, we can make happen.
See, I will say this about Owen. This is something about somebody who runs a great project, and this is rare. I'm not saying there's not great projects out there, but he goes that extra mile, and I think that makes you also connect with the artist, with the team, with the project even more. I mean, you are getting a NFT, an MP4 of your NFT, so you can have it as a moving screensaver. Now you also know that there's going to be future options for 3D cutouts of your NFT, other things, meta coming shortly. So I'm just really excited. Like, I can't wait. So we only have to wait now less than 2 hours, an hour and we'll call it 15 minutes. And again, it's only a 2-day sale, so from the 20th to the 21st, and the cutoff time, Owen, is what for the 21st? Like 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard, I'm assuming then?
Correct. Yeah. So everything's gonna be done Eastern.
Okay.
It's open 12 a.m. on midnight on the 20th, and it's gonna go all the way to 11:59 p.m. on the 21st.
Right, 10-4. I got that. So I just wanted to confirm and make sure everybody knows. So again, they make great gifts, kid friendly. If you're not sure, one size fits all. You don't have to dust anything. That's the great thing about NFTs as well. I will say this, I can't wait because it's a great project, and now that I know that the price is lowered a little bit and the gas fee, there's no max. Like, you can mint 100 if you want. Correct, Owen? Like, if you wanted
Mint
to,
Mania. Yeah,
whales,
it's Mint Mania.
whales
We're allowing
welcome.
whales are
Let's
welcome. Yeah,
fucking go.
Mint Mania.
Sweep
We're
the
opening up the
floor.
max
Sweep
mint
the
as
mint.
many as you want. As I said, ERC contract, 721A contracts. So if you get one, you get 100. That gas will be very similar. You're not paying gas on each one. You're gonna be paying it as a bundle, which is, in my opinion, one of my favorite things about the contracts that Dev set up, because it totally eliminates, if you want more than one little companion, you can get more than one for basically the same price on gas. We want to make sure that you can get as many e-bots as you want for this Mint Mania celebration.
So you're saying when I mint my 6, I'm not a whale?
Right now,
No.
the e-bots, our highest holder, we got a guy with 16 e-bots right now. So that's the top whale status, but definitely
So you have to buy 17.
Yeah, exactly, for that top whale spot. But 6 is still a lot, man. And I hope just any e-bots to go out. If it's 1, if it's 2, if it's 3, if it's 4, I just appreciate all the love and support. As I said, right, like last year I was unable to mint some projects. I would be so lucky to even pick up one. So as many as you want to pick up, I just hope that all that gratitude, all that love, I really just feel that, and it just really goes such a long way, and it really means a lot. And anything goes, man. I just really appreciate all the support and love.
Oh, and could I get like maybe walrus status if I mint 6? Since I can't be a whale.
Most definitely.
Oh my God!
We'll see if we can get a role in the Discord or something for a walrus status.
I just want to be some sort of sea animal if I mint 6, man. I like some sort of sea animal, man. Give me something. In the Discord, like if I go in the Discord, will you shout me out as a e-bot walrus?
Oh, most definitely, man. We'll get that role set up for you. We'll make sure we get the emoji on there too, and we'll make sure you're known as an ebot walrus for sure.
Excellent, excellent.
So I'm just gonna pop in real quick before we close down the space shortly. I just wanted to say thank you again to everybody that came out. Thank you again, Owen, for sponsoring this space and sharing your project and the 2-day sale that we're doing, Minting Blitz, Minting Mania. The price is regular 0.05 ETH, now going down, and yes, down to 0.01. So instead of, it's like buy one get 4 free right now. So 0.01 ETH, and then you also get multiple different bonuses with that. With the screensaver, all you do is have to join the Discord, put in a ticket, and anything Owen can help you out with definitely is going to happen. He does take bribery for specific cities. Just kidding. No, I'm just playing. That's a bad joke. Now your DMs are going to be full. Sorry, Owen. I immensely apologize in advance. Yeah, thanks for everybody coming out. So we've got TK, we've got Green Mamba, we've got Crypto Booze, great project on Solana, very, very inexpensive, like $15. Pac-Man's here. Poppy Penguins, NFT from Philippines, definitely a cute little project. Definitely have to shout him out. We've got the MMA Foo in here. Thank you for popping in. I know you've been here quite a while. We've got the Pod, we got Pizza East, we got Born Elder. We've still got, sorry, I appreciate it. Sorry, I just clicked my screen. Oopsie daisies. Nino from Weird People and Homie G's. We've got, why me? Big Jeffy in here. Thank you for coming out. Much appreciated. Anybody who was in here prior to Mr. Saison, yeah, Chi-Town, always representing. We've got the Mushroom Ladies, great little project as well. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't minted any yet, but I saw on OpenSea. I'm ready. Listen, I budget everything, but you know what? I love your project. Very, very cute. Sammy, what's good? Always a pleasure to see you. Thank you for coming through. Glyph, you know, we were just talking till early in the morning until I couldn't talk anymore. Elevated Thoughts, definitely thank you again. We're not in the beach this time, we're in my space. Visual for co-hosting, and again, thank you so much, Owen. You are a real one, like literally in real life. I can't wait to meet you, and I'm excited about your project. Again, I firmly believe in supporting great projects, great artists. Again, a great project out of Canada, and I hope we can really just elevate Canadian projects. We got Wagdy. Wagdy was in here. He hasn't left already. Another great project. You know, Dedos just left, but he was in here. And Dax Dude. So we've got like a great community in the Web3 spaces as well. And Kong 1840 was in here as well. So if I didn't mention you, mad love. Oh, I'm getting a request. Yeah, so I'm gonna let Visual take us out because he's better at it, and he has a tagline and I don't yet, so I'm working on mine. If you have any suggestions, let me know.
Really quick, Bullish. If I could, I do just have to give a quick shout out to everybody and just say thank you so much for the time. Thank you so much. It was great meeting everybody, and I just had so much fun being a part of this space. If anybody's have any questions, feel free to hit me up in the DMs or on Discord, anything at all. I'm always around, so just let me know. I do just want to take the time real quick to shout out down the listeners. Papa Munchkin, he's an eBot OG. Been there since day one, amazing dude, and he's just been helping out the project every step of the way, and what we have going on wouldn't be possible without him. So big shout out to Papa, and I see 2 Foot down there too. He's another eBot OG, so gotta shout out 2 Foot also.
Awesome.
You know,
I love
thank you so much for everybody being here. I really appreciate it, and big shout out to Bullish for putting this on and allowing me to come the chance to speak and share what we got going on. So thank you so much, guys. It's been a pleasure, and I hope everybody has a blessed rest of your day.
Thank you so much, Owen. Love
Awesome.
your project. Love you.
Love it. Really quick before I say my final words, I see we brought up the MMA fool up real quick. Let the homie talk really quick before we peace out. What's good, homie?
I don't know, man. That Mexico one. I don't know, man.
I had a
talk
feeling you were gonna
about
say
that.
that.
No empiecen, no empiecen, no empiecen.
Espanol, I want to hear it. Get those words out. Just
Man.
you know the puta madre out of here.
Viva Mexico, way. Nah, that's fire,
Oh,
man.
wild. I love it.
I'm glad I got out of work on time just to pop in. I came in at the right time, and it's recorded, so I'll be able to listen again from the beginning. But, man, I'm so excited, dude. I'm for sure copying. Man, this is one of my favorite projects all around. Amazing, man. Perfect timing. Good stuff, and thank you, Bullish, for inviting me. Visual, nice seeing you.
Yes, sir.
Muchas gracias for coming in. I really appreciate it.
Anytime, man. Anytime when I can, I always try to come in here because this is where I learn the most. Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir.
Bebop,
Always showing love,
amazing
man. We
project.
appreciate you.
Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Love it. Love it. So, yeah, appreciate you guys all being here, rocking with us. Owen, man, definitely excited about the project. Guys, make sure you go out and mint your EBOT. It's at a very, very low price point of 0.01. Sorry, not 0.01. That would be really crazy. But 0.1, which, I don't know, that puts you at about like $30, I think, plus your gas. That's wild. So make sure you guys mint. It's going to be going for the next 48 hours. Then it goes to regular price. So make sure you mint your EBOTs ASAP. Tonight, 12 Eastern is when that goes on. Make sure you do that. Appreciate all of y'all. Thank you, Bullish, for having me as always. That's the homie for life. Make sure y'all tune in, get down with those EBOTs, and until next time, peace, lessons, hundreds of lessons.